Hey everyone! Can we talk about something that's probably sitting in your fridge right now? Whipped cream! I know. It sounds basic, but the story behind this fluffy white cloud is absolutely wild. Like, did you know that whipped cream was basically invented by accident? In a French castle? And wait until you hear which countries are absolutely obsessed with it. Today, we're diving deep into everything whipped cream, from its scandalous royal origins to why Americans consume over 200 million servings a year. And trust me, some of these facts are going to blow your mind. Plus, I've got some juicy statistics about who's eating the most of it that might surprise you. So picture this. It's 1671, and we're in the gorgeous Chateau de Chantilly in France. The kitchen is in complete chaos because they're running low on cream for a royal dessert. The butler at the town's castle discovered that by shaking the cream vigorously, he could increase its volume. Genius, right? But here's where it gets interesting. Historians speculate that it might have been Catherine de' Medici, the Italian wife of Henri IV, who brought the technique of whipping cream with her. So we might actually have Italian influence to thank for this French invention. Recipes for whipped cream spread throughout Europe in the 17th century. 1604's Ouverture de Cuisine by French chef Lancelot de Casteau includes an entry titled Pour faire neige, to make snow. It describes the process of making whipped cream, but with the unique addition of rosewater for flavor. Can you imagine? Rosewater whipped cream sounds so bougie. Now let's talk about what's actually in this fluffy magic. Traditional whipped cream is surprisingly simple. It's literally just heavy cream that's been whipped to incorporate air. The fat content is key here. You need at least 30% fat content for it to whip properly. When you whip it, you're essentially creating a foam by trapping air bubbles in the fat molecules. But here's what's fascinating. The non-dairy revolution started way earlier than you'd think. The earliest known recipe for a non-dairy whipped cream was published by Ella Eaton Kellogg in 1904. Consistent with her Seventh-day Adventist practices, it replaced cream with almond butter. Talk about being ahead of your time. Now, let's get into the numbers because they are absolutely insane. 203 million Americans consumed whipped topping cream type in 2020. That's like 2/3 of the entire US population. But America isn't even the biggest market anymore. Asia Pacific holds 33% of the global whipping cream market in 2024. This growth results from urbanization, Western dietary patterns, and retail and food service channel expansion. China, Japan, India, South Korea, and Australia represent the key markets. What's really interesting is the split between traditional and modern. The dairy segment accounted for a dominant revenue share of 69.1% in the global market in 2024. Dairy whipping cream has been conventionally preferred by retail customers, as well as commercial bakers and chefs, owing to its widespread availability and economical nature. The money behind whipped cream is honestly mind-blowing. The global whipped cream market size is projected to experience significant growth, with estimates placing the market value at approximately USD 3.2 billion in 2023 and is expected to reach USD 5.3 billion by 2032, registering a compound annual growth rate of 5.5%. That's billion with a B, people. This fluffy stuff is serious business. And it makes sense when you think about it. Whipped cream isn't just for your Sunday pancakes anymore. It's in your coffee, your desserts, your Instagram-worthy hot chocolate. What I find absolutely fascinating is how whipped cream is perceived differently around the world. In America, it's often seen as this indulgent treat, the thing you feel slightly guilty about adding to your Starbucks. But in parts of Europe, it's just a regular ingredient, like butter or milk. The way we use it has evolved so much too. It's not just about topping desserts anymore. We've got whipped cream in cocktails, savory dishes, even in some skincare routines. And can we talk about the spray can revolution? That satisfying pshit sound has become iconic. It completely changed how we interact with whipped cream. Suddenly, it went from this fancy, made-to-order thing to something you could just grab from the fridge and go wild with. Now, here's where it gets really interesting from a demographic perspective. While I couldn't find super specific age and gender breakdowns, because apparently food companies are weirdly secretive about this, the market trends tell a story. The growth in Asia Pacific suggests younger, more urban populations are driving consumption. Coffee culture, dessert cafes, and social media. Food trends are all contributing to this boom. And if we're being honest, Whipped cream is incredibly Instagram friendly. It's literally made for the gram. In terms of who's buying it, the market data suggests it's predominantly driven by household purchases and food service. So we're talking families, coffee shops, restaurants, and bakeries. What's really exciting is how the industry is innovating. We've got coconut whipped cream, oat cream versions, even protein-enriched whipped toppings. The plant-based market is exploding. And it's not just for people with dietary restrictions anymore. It's becoming mainstream. Dairy-based whipping cream is a traditional and flexible ingredient, used in many recipes. It works well in both sweet and savory dishes, making it a favorite among professionals. But the alternatives are catching up fast in terms of versatility and taste. So there you have it, loves. Whipped cream isn't just a simple topping. It's a billion-dollar industry with royal origins, global obsession, and endless innovation. From that frantic butler in 1671 to the 200 million Americans reaching for it today, this fluffy creation has quite the story. Now, next week, we're going to dive into what actually happens to your body when you eat whipped cream. And trust me, some of this research will surprise you. And after that, we're talking healthy alternatives and ways to enjoy whipped cream without the guilt. Make sure you're subscribed, because these videos are going to be game changers. What's your favorite way to use whipped cream? Drop it in the comments below. And I'll see you next week.